oh, Indian game industry is so bad. We only have gambling apps. How come we are not making AAA games? Particularly in India, people just turn up out of nowhere and they're like, I'm going to make a AAA game. You need to ask them, Abhe, tu kaun hai? A couple of months ago, I had a really interesting conversation with someone who was from this really big shot from the gaming industry. He told me very frankly, look, Rahul, I'll tell you the big reason why we are not investing money in any company who's trying to make a very big game is because breaking news, people, the Indian game industry has finally been saved. Have you heard the news? Somebody is making a AAA game. Finally, our dreams of being a gaming superpower, of having a AAA game, our black myth Wukong moment is finally here. Somebody has come to save us, and somebody is going to create a AAA game out of nowhere, and India is going to be a gaming superpower again. No, that's not happening. I'm being sarcastic. Like, honestly, guys, I am every few months the same shit happens, and I'm just so tired of it. I know it's none of my business. I have a gaming institute, even though I've been in the gaming industry for a long time. And you might be thinking, why is he making a video about this? Because it's so frustrating, right? Being from the gaming industry, being in the gaming industry, and everybody seems to have an opinion about this. Everybody's asking, everybody's very mad. Everybody on every forum, on every YouTube video, oh, Indian game industry is so bad. We only have gambling apps. How come we are not making AAA games? Indian developers don't have good ideas. Indian developers don't know how to do things. Why people are only making this kind of games? Why we are not able to make AAA, 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 AAA? Everybody is so freaking obsessed with AAA, and everybody is asking the question as to why India has not been able to make a AAA game. And every once in a while, someone comes up with cool video and a great trailer and some great media in which they're working on a AAA title, and then sabka khada ho jata hai, right? Everyone's like, wow, dude, finally our India's black myth Wukong moment is here. And then it all falls flat. Everyone cries and go home, and then they go back to complaining. I want to talk about this a little bit. So very recently, this video came out. Now this gentleman is, I've seen some of his videos, right? And he's very competent. He has like a shit ton of subscribers. He's a very successful guy in his own right. And he's been kind of making some more and more videos on like video games and been asking the question like, how come India doesn't make video games? He's made some content. And now he dropped this video in which he revealed that he and a bunch of people have been working on this AAA game, India's best, India's great AAA game, and everyone is losing their mind. They're like, wow, this is so cool, this is so amazing, finally India's AAA game. And I want to talk about that a little bit, okay? As someone from the Indian game industry, dude, I would absolutely love it. I would be so proud if tomorrow a game from India comes out which is anywhere near the standard of Black Myth Wukong or any one of those console games, Red Dead Redemption or GTA or anything like that. I would absolutely be so proud if our Indian game industry were to reach that level. Okay. In this video, I want to talk about why it's not happening. Like what the problems are in question that release very soon. Now, if you see, one of the biggest problems that people have had, and one this person also has, is that he talks a lot about everything except the most important thing in a game, which is actually, I'll come back to that later. First of all, now imagine you have to do something momentous. Now, firstly, you have to remember that making a game is a very, very technical thing. ये खाने की चीज नहीं है. Making a AAA game, or forget about making a AAA game, making a AA game, making a single A game, which is of high quality, is a very, very difficult and very, very technical task. It requires experience. It requires knowledge of the process. Now, Black Myth Wukong was made by people who are from the game industry, and they took years. They took 4-5 years to build this game, and they already had years of experience working for a big company, right? After all of that, they built this company. Now, one problem I have is that particularly in India, people just turn up out of nowhere and they're like, I'm going to make a AAA game. And the question is, you need to ask them, Abhe, tu kaun hai? What have you done? Have you made a chota game? Have you made a mobile game? Have you made a Flappy Bird clone? Have you made a simple game that has got 1,000 players and earn 10,000 rupees? Have you done that? Like, do you understand the process of production, how to create a game? How can you accept that somebody who hasn't done anything, never built a game, suddenly goes straight to making a AAA game? Now, tomorrow, like, I want to go in the Olympics. I want to do the 100 meters Olympics. I want to do I want to run a marathon, a really, really long and grueling athletic task. What if I turn up like I'm just this guy who eats biryani and chicken and just like chills and watches Netflix every day? Suddenly, all I do is I go to the Nike store, I buy some nice shoes, and I buy a nice t-shirt, and I buy a nice headband, and I turn up to run a marathon. Just because I have the equipment and I bought a ticket to join the marathon, does it mean I can run the marathon? No, you need training, you need experience, you need to learn that shit. It takes years and years of training to be able to run a marathon, to complete a marathon. Forget about winning a marathon. So the same way where it's ridiculous to expect that someone can go straight from sitting on the couch to running a marathon is absurd. A couple of months ago, I had a really interesting conversation with someone who was from, you know, this really big shot from the gaming industry who deals in funding. He comes from a funding background. So they have millions of dollars, right? Ready to invest in good companies. He told me very frankly, look, Rahul, I'll tell you the big reason why we are not investing money in any company who's trying to make a very big game is because the skill set is not there. There is like, we don't have people in India who have experience building AAA games, that level of games. Do you guys understand the level of technical expertise that goes in the engine optimization, the engine building, the engineering skills that goes into building a AAA level game like the one like Black Myth Wukong? Do you understand the technical difficulty of a game like that? It's insane. And the truth of the matter is that there's almost nobody in India who is experienced enough, who has that skill. The Indian companies who are trying, like well-funded Indian companies who are trying to build games, are actually getting people from outside. They're hiring people from Ukraine and China for like insane salaries working remotely to solve these technical problems. So we have a skill set problem. Ambition, wanting to build something great is wonderful, but we need to have that knowledge, we need to have that skill. We don't have that in India. One problem. So the whole fact that someone like this gentleman can just come out of nowhere and be like, I'm now making a AAA game, I've hired a bunch of people and I'm making a AAA game, wow, it's very, very admirable. Bro, start something small, bro. Make something chota. Succeed at that. Learn the process. And then go and make a AAA game. This is pure ego that you want to go from 0 to 100 instantly. You expect that learning curves don't apply to you. And he's not the only one. Every single month, there's a new trailer coming out in which people have thrown together a cool trailer and people like, oh, bro, so cool, bro. India is finally making game, bro. And then after some time, it just goes flat because like they don't know how to make games. They made a cool trailer, they built hype and it's gone. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about, now look at Black Myth Wukong, right? Beautiful game, amazing game, made tons and tons of money, really successful. Let's examine it. What is the core experience? Why is Black Myth Wukong such a great game? Is it the story? Is it the mythology? Is it the cinematics? Is it the narrative? Is it the graphics? Yes, all of these things. But at the core of it, when you're playing that game, what are you doing? Gameplay. The combat system, the weapons, the combat system of that game is incredibly complex. Okay, he has a staff. He has this really cool staff that can extend and shrink in size during combat. The different staff stances, the smash, the pillar, and thrust provide versatility in fights. The combat mechanics involve resource management. Focus can be accumulated by landing light attacks, executing well-timed dodges, and other means. A focus point is gained when the meter of focus is filled up. These points can be used to initiate heavy attacks, right? That, guys, is a combat system, right? What a lot of people don't realize is that successful games have very interesting and very deep and very technical combat systems, right? Now, these combat systems are the core of every game. The story is great, the narrative is great, the cinematics are great, the graphics are fine, great, whatever. But at the very core of every successful AAA game is systems design, right? Is mechanics, gameplay. Now, imagine if you're making a building. What is the foundation of the building? If you're building a skyscraper, you need to spend months and months building a really, really strong foundation. right? If you want to make 50, 60, 70 stories, you're not just going to build it on the ground. You're going to build a very deep foundation. And the foundation of every game is fundamentally it's gameplay, right? That takes time to build. Proper AAA games, they don't even talk much. They don't do much about the story and the graphics in the beginning. First, they focus on the gameplay. First, the systems are built. The game is prototyped. The combat system, the mechanics are prototyped first. And once they feel really good, once they work really well, once the tech, once the engineering of the combat systems is built, or whatever system of the game is built, on top of that, there is a layer of graphics and of narrative and everything. So the base is gameplay, right? Now in India, it's the opposite. In India, it's like, graphics बढ़िया बनाएंगे. We'll put some Ramayan. Let's do Ramayan. Okay. And then gameplay is going to be bishkum, bishkum, bishkum. Huh? Bishkum, bishkum. So if you see this video right now, it's all bishkum, bishkum. I mean, okay, cool. Gada and all that, cool, whatever. But basically, what is the gameplay? The gameplay is bishkum, bishkum. And then the big deal is that it's at some point, this guy's eyes start to glow and he probably gets this thing in which it's going to go from bishkum bishkum to bishkum bishkum. Wow, bro. Amazing gameplay reveal. I am so impressed. Not. See, this is the basic problem. Now, if you're eating a cake, right? The main cake of every game is the gameplay, right? And the graphics and the narrative are the icing. The problem with Indian game developers is that they focus on the icing, or under the cake has nothing. There's no cake. It's sponge, right? It's bishkum bishkum, basically. It's all bishkum bishkum. Gameplay is bishkum bishkum. This is a basic problem, right? Which is why I hope this game does well, right? Really, I'd be so surprised. I please God, make me wrong in this video. Make me wrong, but looking at their approach, looking at the general approach of people in India, I'm like, wow, another few crore rupees and dreams down the drain, right? So this is the thing, guys. Now, if you want to build games, my advice to you is start small. Put your ego to a side. Don't focus on building skills. Focus on building technical skills. If you want to start your own game studio, start with something small. There are so many amazing Indian studios doing this, but you're not impressed because they take years. They make a game which doesn't do that well, and then they make another game, and they make another game, and they get better and better and better and better and better. Okay. Now, there are some games which you will see in this video right here, which I featured before, which are really worth following. These are guys who are working hard, who are really building skills. They're really building their school studios. Follow that process. Don't just fall for hype. I think I've said enough. So controversial topic, I know. So let me know what you think in the comments. Okay? I will see you around. Let's go.